Kirby, do you think morality, not legality issues and legal and law and all that, but do you think morality has a place in investing?
Hmm. You stumped me right there.
I'm bringing out the
I
darkness in Kirby, people. He's about to
I
say,
think I all right. Morality for me, I'm not. I don't factor that in when it comes to investing. I mean, let's just talk about one that's highly out there. Tesla. Tesla, the human lives and human conditions that it take to produce the materials to make those batteries in Africa. And Alex, you could probably pull up pictures and put it on the screen. Uh, it's deplored conditions, but really, does that affect America? People in America? No. I could sit here and tell you, oh, morally, it's not right what they use to uh, get the contents or get the elements or get the commodities that make their batteries. Do they make Tesla a bad investment? No, it don't. Really, I mean, it sucks to say, but that's not my problem. Because the truth of it is, if I sit here and stood on the shield and said, no, I'm not investing in Tesla. I mean, me singly myself, no, I'm not investing in Tesla because of the human conditions. Tesla stock's still gonna do what it's gonna do it out. If I think the company, I look at the numbers. I don't look at all the outside noise. I mean, for that case, Nike with children labor laws, that'll be a lot of the products that you get that's produced in China will not be investable. So no, I don't look at that. I mean, let's just call it what it is. When it talk about the COVID-19 vaccine, I disagree with a lot of the whole situation that went along with that. But Johnson & Johnson at the right price is the right price. Pfizer at the right price is the right price. So I don't get into the morality of anything when it comes to making money. I mean, now I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I'm about to go buy a kilo of drugs," and then they could sell it in my neighborhood. If it's not affecting me or if it's not affecting uh, the country that I'm in, then no, I don't. I don't have a. I don't have a morality clause when it comes to what I do. I mean, I'm not part of the ESG group. I don't play in that space. I just play in make money, do what's best for my family. We can figure the rest out. I mean, if I really stand on this pedestal of I want the best for the world, then how about I make the money and then if I really feel like that, take all the money and then fight against that issue. But me as an individual citizen that can't move the market, me being broke won't help the situation at all if I just have that morality in my life to figure it out. What's your thoughts on it?
yeah, it's the same thing with Altria Group. That's a common stock that I've heard often about people saying that they will not invest in because of what they do. For those that don't know, Altria Group they manufacture tobacco, alcohol, they invest in marijuana. So I can definitely see your points. I mean, the company, Altria Group, they continue to raise their dividend because they're constantly making money. And it's funny because you said it best. You said in hard times, people smoke and drink a lot more, and in good times, people smoke and drink. So there's always going to be consumers of those products. And it's just a reality of the company produces. And like you said, if you're going to go on a protest, if you're absolutely going to be hard on just protesting against the companies, then you shouldn't even be investing in the S&P 500. That contains those stocks as well, Tesla and Altria Group. So it's like rather than rather than worry about what your beliefs are, just go towards the numbers. Look at what the company does. And if it's a good investment for you, then take the chance or take the opportunity. But to pass up something simply because you feel a certain way about it, I mean, you're the only one missing out. is I mean, I just don't see why someone can make that decision as an investor. I don't think it's a wise decision as an investor to just protest against a company.
Right. Going to your Altria group example, I have family members, they smoke, but they chose to do it. It's an addiction. Food's an addiction. Everything is an addiction.
Yeah.
Uh, but I've had family members who've had cancer, but it's their choice to do it. They know the ramifications, repercussions. I'm not saying they knew what it was when they started, smoking, drinking, or whatever when they was, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, but now they know. But that don't stop them from what they're doing. For the beginning of time, it's always been a highly addictive thing. So do I supposed to miss out on the money because they know what they're doing? That's the question. They know what they're doing. I mean, I've lost family members to cancer. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Altria is a bad company." I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Um, I'm just that's not my thing because people have free choice to do what they want. If people wanted to put Altria, the British Tobacco, and all those other tobacco companies out of business, then everybody just stop smoking and they'll go out of business. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. But they're not. They won't. And the people that do smoke and consume tobacco products, they will look at you like you're crazy when you be like, "Hey, when you gonna quit?" And then they'll come with an excuse, and then next thing you know, 20 years later, they're still doing the same thing. It's a good business model. It's called a moat. A moat. They have something that people want and keep coming back to. Just like Apple has a moat. You know, you lose your iPhone right now, you are not going back out to get any other phone that's not iPhone because they created a moat to make you addicted to the products that they have. They made your life more convenient, more easy, and more give you the ability to deal with life more. That's the same thing the tobacco company's doing. Because I don't know if y'all ever been around somebody that's a smoker that don't have a cigarette. They make life hell. That's all they did. Just did it in a different fashion. And then people might come and say, "Oh well, tobacco, it could kill you. Everything can kill you." They talk about microwaves and all this other stuff and pass passing cancer at a slow, moderate rate using cell phones because it's up to your ear. They talk about that all the time. Anything that you do over excess can kill you. So who am I to be the one to pick and choose which ones to invest in and which ones not? Because there's a lot of products out there that can cause death.
Yeah, the problem with having a thesis like that or a way of thinking is like if you're going to think that way about one thing and your moral conscience is going to tell you, I can't put money into this because this is bad, this is a sin or whatever. You have to have that same standpoint on everything. I mean, Altria Group, cigarettes, whatever. Bank of America, they're taking people's houses from them. They're taking people's cars from them when they don't make the payments. You're ruining people's lives doing that. Tesla, they've got slaves in Africa. I mean, it's like every company has some kind of dirt, but as an investor, the only thing that matters is does the company put money in your pocket? So going into any kind of market, any kind of investment, worrying about the morality of it, at some point down the line, there is some issue with the company. Apple has Chinese children working in factories making their cell phones. I mean, every company has dirt. So you can't sit here and say one company is bad and the rest are okay when every company has its own faults and issues. The bottom line as an investor is, does it make you money? And I think that's the only thing that investors should be looking at. And that's why I wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
specify more so on morality. Because, like you said, we're not saying go out and deal drugs. Obviously, that you're going to end up losing your life or in prison if you mess with legality issues. But on a moral basis, every company has moral issues.
Right. And I'll leave it with this. People will be surprised how much water, and of course, all the eco-friendly people out there, how much water it takes to produce a vehicle, how much water it takes to run these factories, how much water it takes to, produce a bottle of beer. a can of Coca-Cola. All this water that everybody's, talking about that, oh, we're running out of water. Well, those companies are the one that's contributing to the drought in the water in the world. They're using it at hundreds of thousands of gallons per day to produce what you love to consume. But nobody don't know that unless you're in that industry. They don't know it's a factor to get the paint at a certain area. They don't understand when the vehicles go through the paint department that it's flushing water to commit a certain humidity aspect to get that paint to stick onto the vehicles. Where do you think they're getting that water from? They're getting the water from the same water that you guys consume, you guys use for sewage that everybody uses for everything else for their daily lives. But they take a lot of it. But nobody's out there protesting them. People want to pick and choose their battles, pick and choose their battles. But everybody got dirt on them, like you said. But I'll leave it with that one, Alex.
Yeah, we'll close it out there, guys. Let us know what you think, what your opinions are. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.